Did you know that the United States form of government was modelled on ancient Rome? Hello and welcome to World History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly and today's video is all about the government of ancient Rome and how it worked. Don't forget, the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that bell icon for notifications so you don't miss out on any new uploads. World History Encyclopedia is a non-profit organisation and you can find us on Patreon, a brilliant site where you can support our work and receive exclusive benefits in return. Your support helps us create videos every week, so make sure to check it out via the pop-up in the top corner of the screen or via the Patreon link down below. According to legend, the city of Rome was founded in 753 BCE by the demigod Romulus, a foundation myth associating government with the gods. The earliest kings of Rome drew their authority from the myth, and Roman religion at this time linked them with the gods. Government was thereby associated with the divine. The king governed 30 wards, known as curiae, of the 3 tribes of Latins, and each ward had a representative in an assembly known as the Comitia Curiae, which addressed the people's concerns by bringing them before the king. The Comitia Curiae had nothing to do with making laws, it just let the king know what was going on in each ward. The Senate, a group of 100 men of the upper class, made the laws in consultation with the king. Between circa 753 and 509 BCE, Rome had 7 kings, and the monarch had absolute power and could force those below him, including wealthy members of the upper class, to do what he wanted. In 509 BCE, the upper class was tired of this, and when the son of King Tarquin the Proud raped Lucretia, a governor's daughter, he was deposed and the kingship abolished. Instead of a king, a praetor now ruled, appointed by the Senate and responsible to the people, and the Roman Republic was founded. Disputes between the lower and upper class, known as the conflict of the orders between circa 500 and 287 BCE, led to the creation of a set of laws by the Senate in 449 BCE, known as the 12 Tables, that applied to male citizens over the age of 15 who were members of one of the 30 tribes. Women were protected under the law through their male relatives, but had no voice in government. Rome had 2 social classes, the patricians, the upper class, and the plebeians, the lower class. The laws guaranteed that everyone would be treated equally, no matter their social class, and these laws were posted publicly so the upper class couldn't pretend something was legal or charge someone unjustly to benefit themselves. They also established the position of tribune, a representative from the lower class. In time, the position of praetor was changed to consul, with greater power but still subject to the Senate, and there were 2 consuls elected by the assembly of the people of Rome for 1-year terms. Each one had the power to veto the other one's decisions. The word veto, in fact, comes from the Latin for "I forbid it." Consuls did not make laws or pass judgments, they could only act on laws created by the assemblies who were called to meet by a magistrate. The Senate did not make laws, they advised consuls and issued decrees based on laws. In this way, the government of the Roman Republic was formed and eventually codified into 3 branches. The legislative branch, which was assemblies and senates. The assemblies varied in size, and the Senate was made up of 300 upper-class men who held the position for life. The executive branch, which was consuls, 2 upper-class men who ruled for 1 year, and the judicial branch, which was judges, 8 upper-class men who served for 1 year. The Senate, consuls, and judges all came from the upper class, but the lower class had the right to assemble, to choose consuls from the Senate, and to block laws that they felt were unfair to them. The assembly, which included the lower class gatherings, had no formal meeting place like the Senate. They'd usually just meet in the forum, but they could send tribunes to the Senate to represent them, and this is how they blocked the laws that they felt weren't in their best interests. Every male citizen of Rome had the right to vote, but the upper class, who made the rules, felt that legislative decisions should be made by those who had the most to win or lose in elections, themselves. Initially, the plebeians had no vote at all, and even once they gained the right, their vote was counted last. This practice was based on the concept, best expressed by Cicero, that the greatest number should not have the greatest power. A concept still in effect in the USA in the form of the Electoral College. The Republic also created the position of dictator, which had a different meaning than it does today. A military figure, usually a general, who was given unlimited power for a certain amount of time, usually 6 months, to restore order during a time of crisis. Republican Rome steadily weakened, first by the civil wars between the generals Julius Caesar and Pompey the Great, and then, after Caesar's assassination, by the wars between Octavian, the future Augustus, and Mark Antony. After Julius Caesar defeated Pompey, he was made dictator, but was powerful enough to extend his term to dictator for life, which caused some senators to fear he was going to return Rome to a monarchy, and so they assassinated him. Octavian and Antony then defeated the armies of the conspirators and then turned on each other. After Octavian defeated Antony at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, he re-established order, and in gratitude, the Senate gave him nearly unlimited power and the title of First Citizen, making him the first emperor of Rome. Augustus Caesar transformed Rome from a republic to an empire. He assumed control of every facet of governance, from the appointments of provincial governors to the reformation of the military and the centralization of the government treasury. A significant innovation under Augustus was the establishment of a government civil service department to handle administration. This had not been considered necessary in the early days of the Republic, but the lack of a governmental bureaucracy no doubt contributed to the breakdown in administration towards the Republic's end. The government of the Empire differed from that of the Republic in that it was no longer a representative republic. It was an autocracy. The assemblies and Senate still existed, but power was steadily taken from the assemblies and given to the Senate, still manned by the upper class, but lacking its former power. The central difference in government was essentially that under the Republic, power was in the hands of the people, but under the Empire, power was in the hands of the emperor. The emperor could control the Senate because the association of the ruler with the gods had been retained and expanded through the cult of the emperor, also known as the imperial cult, elevating the emperor to the status of a god. This imbalance of power, especially under erratic and ineffective monarchs, contributed to the decline and fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE. The government of the Roman Republic served as the model for the founding fathers of the United States of America, just as the potential dangers of an autocracy or monarchy caused them to reject those models of government. The Senate and House of Representatives make and decree the laws, like the Roman assemblies and Senate. The president is the country's leader and commands the army, like the consuls. The Supreme Court interprets the law and decides cases, like the Roman judges. The assembly of the majority of the people in Rome also corresponds to the right to vote in the United States, and also to state governments, which represent the interests of that state's citizens. The Roman government, in all three of its forms, continued to serve as a model long after Rome fell, and has inspired the paradigm for governments around the world for the past 2,000 years. What other legacies of ancient Roman government can you think of? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our new videos published every week. This video was brought to you by World History Encyclopedia. For more great articles and interactive content, head to our website via the link below. If you like my sweater, you can find this design and a bunch more in our shop at worldhistory.store, or you can find a link for it down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon with another video.